Welcome to Senior Health Star, your sanctuary for wisdom, wellness, and inspiration tailored to life's golden years. I'm your host, David, and today we're embarking on a journey to uncover the secrets of peace and happiness secrets whispered by those who've lived long, loved deeply, and weathered life's storms with grace. If you're seeking calm amidst chaos or joy in unexpected solitude, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a moment of wisdom from Senior Health Star. Let's get started. Picture this. You're standing on the cliffs of Acadia National Park, where the air smells of salt and pine and the horizon stretches endlessly before you. This is a place where nature invites reflection, where the rhythm of the waves reminds us that life, like the tides, is ever-changing yet constant. Today, we'll draw on the timeless wisdom of our elders to explore how to find peace in life's unpredictability and happiness in our own company. We'll travel from the serene landscapes of Acadia to the vibrant cultural tapestry of Kyoto, Japan, and the tranquil beaches of Maui, Hawaii, places that inspire calm and connection. Along the way, we'll weave in practical steps to help you cultivate an unshakable inner light, no matter where life takes you. Life after 60 can feel like a new chapter, one you didn't quite plan for. Maybe the house is quieter now, with grown children living their own lives, or perhaps you're navigating the loss of a partner, a career, or the dreams you once held dear. The world moves fast, headlines scream crisis, social media hums with noise, and it's easy to feel adrift. But our elders, those who've walked this path before us, remind us that peace isn't found by silencing the chaos. It's found by building an unshakable center within it. Let me tell you about Margaret, an 82-year-old I met in a small Maine town near Acadia. Her eyes sparkled with a quiet strength as she shared her story. "Life's a series of storms," she said. "Some you see coming, others hit without warning. But I've learned that the storm doesn't define you, it's how you stand in it." Margaret's weathered recessions, wars, and personal losses, yet her home radiates warmth, filled with photos of family, handmade quilts, and a garden she tends daily. Her secret? The long view. She's seen cycles, economies rise and fall, seasons change, and humanity adapts. "This too shall pass," she told me, "but so will the calm. That's why you anchor yourself in what endures." Let's travel across the globe to Kyoto, Japan, where the Arashiyama bamboo forest stands as a testament to resilience and serenity. The bamboo bends in the wind, but never breaks. A perfect metaphor for the elder wisdom we're exploring today. In Kyoto, elders often gather at local temples, practicing mindfulness, rooted in centuries-old traditions. They teach us that peace begins with perspective, stepping back to see life's storms as part of a larger tapestry. Think about it. When you're caught in a personal tempest, maybe a health scare or a family rift, it feels all-consuming. But elders like Margaret remind us to zoom out. Decades ago, she faced a devastating loss when her husband passed unexpectedly. The grief was raw, suffocating, yet over time, she learned to contextualize it. "The pain doesn't vanish," she said, "but it becomes part of your story, not the whole book." This long view isn't about dismissing your struggles. It's about trusting that they're temporary, that life's rhythms and rises, kindness, connection, persists. Here's a practical step. The next time anxiety spikes, pause. Take a deep breath and ask, in the grand scheme, how significant is this? Write down one thing that's endured through your life, maybe your love for music, your faith, or a friend's laughter. Let that be your anchor. Elders teach us that what feels urgent today often fades, but what matters most remains. Another cornerstone of elder wisdom is anchoring and enduring values. In a world swayed by trends and headlines, where do you plant your feet? Elders often point to core principles: kindness, integrity, family, community. These aren't dictated by what's popular. They're internal compasses that guide you through chaos. Take John, a 78-year-old retiree I met at a farmer's market in Vermont. He spent decades as a teacher, shaping young minds during turbulent civil rights movements, economic slumps, technological shifts. The world changed fast, he said, but I held fast to treating every student with respect. That kept me steady. John's commitment to fairness wasn't just noble, it gave him clarity when everything else felt uncertain. Your values might differ. Maybe it's faith, creativity, or a dedication to learning. The key is identifying what's non-negotiable for you. Try this. Write down 3 values that define you. Keep them somewhere visible: a journal, a sticky note on your fridge. When life feels chaotic, let these values guide your decisions, like a lighthouse in a storm. Let's pause for a moment in Maui, Hawaii, a place Americans flock to for its tranquil beaches and vibrant culture. The Hawaiian concept of aloha love, peace, and compassion resonates deeply with elder wisdom. Here, locals honor their kupuna, elders, recognizing their scars as badges of resilience. This brings us to another secret: embracing your imperfections and past hardships. Our culture often pushes us to hide our scars, to present a flawless facade, but elders see their scars differently, not as failures, but as proof of survival. I met Clara, a 75-year-old widow in Maui, who shared her story of rebuilding after a career setback in her 50s. I thought I'd lost everything, she said, but those years taught me I was stronger than I knew. Clara now volunteers at a local cultural center, teaching hula to visitors, her movements graceful despite arthritis. Her scars, she says, are threads in her life's tapestry, each one strengthening the whole. Reframe your own scars. That divorce, that illness, that dream unfulfilled, they're not detours, they're part of your journey. Write down one hardship you've overcome and what it taught you. Maybe it's patience, empathy, or courage. These lessons are your wisdom, your unique contribution to the world. Elders also teach us the art of resourcefulness and adaptability. They've lived through monumental changes, from typewriters to smartphones, from candlelit dinners to Zoom calls. This flexibility is a cornerstone of their resilience. In a community garden I visited, 80-year-old Helen showed me her raised garden beds, built to accommodate her limited mobility. "You use what you've got," she said with a grin, "and you make it work." This mindset isn't just practical, it's liberating. Facing a challenge, like a fixed income or a new health issue, ask, how can I adapt? Maybe it's learning a new skill, repurposing old tools, or finding free community resources. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up, it means bending so you don't break. Halfway through our journey, I want to remind you to join our Senior Health Star community. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon to stay inspired with weekly wisdom for your golden years. Share in the comments. What's one way you've adapted to a challenge in your life? Your story could inspire someone watching. In times of chaos, it's tempting to withdraw, to let solitude become isolation. Yet elders consistently point to the sanctuary of connection and contribution. Shared burdens are lighter, shared joys are brighter. I met Robert, a 79-year-old veteran who found purpose after his wife's passing by, mentoring young volunteers at a local library. "Helping others," he said, "gave me a reason to get up each morning." Connection doesn't always mean big gestures. It's a phone call to a friend, a kind word to a neighbor, or volunteering an hour a week. Contribution shifts your focus from personal worries to collective well-being. Try this. This week, do one small act of service, maybe bake cookies for a neighbor, or share a skill with a grandchild. Notice how it feels to give. Now, let's bring this wisdom into your life with practical takeaways. First, cultivate the long view. When stress mounts, ask, what's enduring in my life? Second, live by your core values. They're your rudder in stormy seas. Third, embrace your scars as evidence of your strength. Fourth, stay adaptable. Find creative solutions to life's challenges. Fifth, nurture connections and contribute, no matter how small. But what about happiness, especially when you're alone? Let's shift to a story that touched my heart, one that redefines joy in solitude. Meet Ellen, a 68-year-old from Maine who found herself alone after a divorce. The silence was heavy at first, the house echoing with memories of a life she thought she'd always have. Society told her happiness required a partner, a bustling family, but Ellen dared to ask, What if this is my chance to become the fullest version of myself? Ellen's journey wasn't easy. She grieved the life she'd lost, but she also permitted herself to redefine happiness. She started small, creating rituals that felt sacred, brewing tea each morning, tending a small herb garden, reading poetry by the window. She joined a local art class, not to become a master painter, but to feel alive in the act of creation. Over time, these choices built a life that felt vibrant, authentic, hers. Ellen's story echoes a truth. Happiness doesn't require a partner or a crowded house. It's in the quiet moments, savoring a sunset, learning a new hobby, or simply being present. Try this. Choose one activity that sparks joy, like journaling or dancing to your favorite song. Make it a daily ritual. These small acts are investments in your well-being. Of course, solitude doesn't mean isolation. Elders like Ellen remind us to balance time alone with meaningful connections. She joined a book club, not out of loneliness, but to share ideas and laughter. Those meetings led to friendships, coffee dates, and a sense of belonging. When you live authentically, you attract people who value the real you. Self-care is the foundation of this journey. Hydration, movement, nourishment, rest, these aren't luxuries. They're acts of self-respect. I learned this from Sarah, a 70-year-old who rebuilt her life after losing her husband. She started with short walks, then joined a dance class, her laughter filling the room as she moved. Sarah's joy wasn't in erasing grief, but in weaving it into a life of purpose, volunteering, painting, connecting. As we near the end of our journey, I want to share a final reflection. True peace and happiness often lie in the inner work, exploring your spiritual core. Many elders find solace in practices like meditation, prayer, or studying timeless teachings, whether from the Bible, the Dharma, or other wisdom traditions. These practices aren't about escaping life, but deepening your connection to it. Try setting aside 10 minutes daily for stillness. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, and let your thoughts settle. Explore teachings that resonate, perhaps the serenity of Buddhist mindfulness or the compassion of Christian love. These practices ground you, offering clarity and calm. They remind us that happiness is an inside job, cultivated through intention and grace. We've traveled from Acadia's rugged shores to Kyoto's tranquil forests and Maui's golden beaches, guided by the wisdom of elders who've shown us that peace and happiness are within reach. You don't need to avoid life's storms or fear solitude. You need only the courage to navigate them with grace, grit, and an open heart. Thank you for joining me on Senior Health Star. If this journey resonated, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon to stay connected with weekly wisdom for your golden years. In the comments, share one piece of elder advice that's helped you find peace or joy. Your story could light the way for someone else. As you move forward, carry this truth. Your life, with all its complexities and beauty, is enough. May you find calm amidst the chaos and joy in your own sacred company. Until next time, this is David, wishing you health, wisdom, and a heart full of light.